All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome in. My name is Alexis Miller, and I'm one of the yoga instructors here for Yoga for Caregivers. So today's practice is another chair yoga practice, and we're actually going to be doing some balance postures today with our chair. So if you are completely chair bound, you're going to be able to do the first part of this practice. But if you need some extra support with the chair, this is going to be a great practice for you. So, as we get into the practice, just a couple of things to note. Notice where your boundaries are. Are you ready to extend into postures? Do you need to modify them? Just keep that in mind. Also, keep in mind that I don't often cue water. So, if and when you feel thirsty, of course, please feel free to step back, grab that drink of water, and then join us whenever you feel ready. So, coming into your comfortable seat on your chair, I've got a steady folding chair, nice and sturdy here today. All four feet are planted on the ground. I'm rooted into my sits bones and I'm sitting up nice and tall. Now, you can place your feet so they're about beneath your knees here, nice and steady. You're welcome to lean back if you'd like. I'm going to sit up for this. We're going to wiggle back and forth to feel our sits bones root down into the surface beneath us, into that seat. And then we'll inhale as we draw the shoulders forward and up, and then exhale as we drop them back and down. One more time. Inhale as the shoulders come forward and up, and then exhale as they drop back and down. Awesome. Hands come into a comfortable position, whether on the knees, palms up or down, or in your lap. Gently closing the eyes if that feels comfortable for you, or just find an unmoving point and soften your gaze here today. One of our greatest freedoms is how we react to things. Does this sound like a vague platitude? While it may seem trite, the truth is we have the power to control how we respond in the midst of any circumstance we face. And when we choose love, kindness, forgiveness, compassion, understanding, and joy, then suffering has no room to exist. We are the greatest creators of our own suffering. Our greatest freedom lies in how we meet life. When we understand that we hold all the cards and that we get to choose the kind of life we want to live, then we'll never suffer again. Notice today how you react to this practice. No need to do anything about it. Simply bring your awareness to your reactions or your responses to the practice. This practice within your practice will support you in pursuing the ultimate freedom. So, settling in, taking a deep inhale through the nose, filling the belly, lungs, and chest with air. And then slowly exhaling the breath back out. Take another deep inhale, filling the belly, lungs, and chest with air. And slowly exhaling that breath back out. Inhale as you feel your belly expand, your collarbones gently lift. And then exhale as you feel the shoulders release down away from the ears and the belly button move in toward your spine. Continue to breathe in this manner, inhaling and exhaling with intention, really noticing the movements of the breath. Notice the felt sense in the nose and the throat as that air moves in and out. And if your mind gets distracted by thoughts, noises, physical sensations, it's okay. It happens. Celebrate the fact that you've noticed your mind has gone away and then come back to focusing on the breath, back to your inhales and your exhales. If it feels right for you, perhaps incorporating a mantra to help you stay grounded and focused on your breath here. Inhale, I can respond to. Exhale, anything. Inhale, I can respond to. Exhale, anything. Remain here with your breath in whatever way best supports you for just a few more moments today. Good. Let's take one more nice deep inhale here and set an intention or a purpose for your practice, which really can be anything at all, but it often answers the question, why did I get on my mat? Take a nice deep inhale as you feel that intention with your heart and mind. Then exhale the breath out, set the intention off to the side, knowing we'll return to it toward the end of our practice. Lovely. When you're ready, eyes can remain closed or come open. We'll inhale, sweep our arms wide, bring them up overhead, cast our gaze skyward, and then exhale, twist over to the left, right hand to the outside of the left leg or knee, and then right hand either grasps the chair or simply reaches behind you for your seated twist. So sitting up nice and tall, sits bones are rooted into the seat beneath you. Soles of the feet are firmly on the floor. We're rotating around, long through the spine, shoulders down, feeling that twist come all the way into the neck. We're twisting as far as we can without straining ourselves, without pushing ourselves too far. It's where we go to that edge. So we feel that nice wringing out sensation as if we're wringing out a washcloth or a towel. So warming up the spine here, getting us ready for the rest of our practice. Inhale, let's go ahead and come back into center. Both arms go tall. And then exhale, twist over to the right, left hand to the right knee or outside the right leg. And then right arm behind you, curve your head around into a seated twist. So again, twisting around as far as you're able, curving that nose around, shoulders shrug down, long spine, really feeling into the counter sensation here now that we're going on to the opposite side. Noticing how the breath is constricted when we twist. We're preventing all of that air from moving. Good. And then inhale, arms come back up into center. Exhale, drop the left arm down. Now you can either reach it down or for extra support, hand can be on your thigh, or you can start to rest that forearm on the thigh. We'll exhale and lean over to the left, reaching through those right fingers for our seated side bend. So again, arm, hand can be here or just simply reaching down for a little bit of dynamic movement. We're feeling a nice opening through the right side body into the top of that thigh, through those ribs, up into the arm, into the shoulder space here as well. So a couple deep breaths here. Oh, excuse my yawning. Anytime that I do seated side bends, twists, I love to yawn. I don't know what it is. If you yawn, I never take it personally in yoga. Good. And then inhale back into center, both arms tall. Exhale, right hand drops down, or again, hand can be on the thigh or forearm. And then exhale, lean over to that left or right side with the left arm coming into that opposite seated side bend. So again, if you're reaching down, kind of feel that active dynamic tension here. Good. We're feeling that pull from the arm down into the armpit, in through those ribs, that side body, top of that left hip. We're staying rooted through the sits bones, long through the spine. So we're not like crouching over, but we're nice and open through our chest here. Great. One more nice full breath here. Excellent. And then inhale, go ahead, come up to center, reach both arms tall, look up toward the sky, spread those fingers wide. And then exhale, hands come down to your lap. Great work. I'm going to rotate my chair so you can see the flexion and inflection of my spine here. So still sitting on our chair, we're up nice and tall. Now, if you were leaning back against your chair, go ahead and come maybe to the edge of your chair here, creating a nice 90-degree angle with the legs. We're nice and sturdy. So hands can be on the knees or on the lap. We're going to do some seated cat-cow. So we'll inhale, press the chest forward, lift the gaze and the torso, coming into your seated cow. And then exhale, hollow out the back and the belly, coming into your seated cat. Inhale into cow, pull the legs, pull the knees toward your body as you squeeze the shoulder blades together, look up toward the sky. Chin can always remain level with the floor if you have any issues with the neck. And then exhale, press the legs, press the knees away, hollowing out the back, feel the shoulder blades separate as you come into your seated cat. Good. Inhale into your seated cow, squeeze the shoulder blades, feel that opening through the heart center. And then exhale into cat. Feel that opening through the upper back here as you look down toward your pelvis. Good. And then inhale, let's come into neutral. Great work. All right, we're going to come into a standing position. We're going to do a standing downward dog here. So go ahead and find your way up into a standing position and take your chair and move it so it's on your mat or at least on a steady surface that is not going to slide. Okay, I'm pushing here and it's not sliding that much. Good. We're going to bring our hands to the back of our chair and then we're going to step our feet back here so we can start to hinge forward. Okay. So if you can imagine the floor beneath my hands and beneath my feet, right? But they're going to be running at the floor will be running at a diagonal instead of directly beneath me. Okay. So we're going to take a deep inhale here and then exhale, sink the chest down, bring the head between the ears or toward the ears at least, or sink the head between the shoulders. Sorry, sink it between your biceps, coming into that downward dog, that modified downward dog. Now, for me, I can do this because I can also do the one on the floor, but you may be a little bit higher. That's totally okay. Not a problem. Play with the feet. Maybe they need to go further away. Maybe they need to come in a little bit more. We're going for a stretch the back of the legs. We're also going for a stretch through our back and into our arms, our triceps area. So notice where you're at. We kind of want to keep those hands a bit flat. So we don't want to be gripping the chair super hard. We want to just have it so it's holding it a little bit here. Knees are slightly bent. We're not locking out the joints. And then since this may be the first practice of our day or week, maybe finding a little bit of movement in the legs. So bending one knee, straightening the opposite leg, and then the other. We call walking the dog. So walking out that dog, giving one leg a chance to get a nice deep stretch, and then the other, opening up your body here, giving it a chance to kind of wake up here. Good. Taking a couple nice deep breaths here, especially if your head is lower, if it's in line with or below your heart. Good. Take maybe one more nice deep breath here. Nice deep inhale. And then exhale, come into stillness. On the next inhale, engage the core, press into the back of the chair and lift your torso. And then go ahead and step to the top of the mat here. Good. We're going to stand nice and tall. Now, if you know you really need to work on your balance, feel free to keep a hand on your chair here. If not, have the chair right in front of you. We're going to inhale, sweep our arms wide and up, and then exhale, bring them down to either side of our body. We're going to come into mountain pose for just a moment here. So grounding into the feet, feel all four corners of your feet ground down. Knees are slightly bent. We're drawing up on the quads. Tailbone is slightly bent. Core is engaged. We're lengthening through the spine, shoulders are down, and then hands are by our side, palms facing open. So we're not just standing here. This is an extremely engaged posture here. And if you're doing it the way I just cued, you're feeling your body work. You're welcome to close the eyes. Notice how that changes the balance here, or simply find an unmoving point and soften your gaze. And let's take several nice full breaths here. So inhaling, filling the belly, lungs, and chest with air. And then exhale that breath out slowly. Another deep inhale. Another deep exhale. One more inhale. One more exhale. Great work. Release, gently open the eyes here. All right. So we're going to get ready for our tree pose here today, which is a balancing posture, one of the ones that we'll do here today. So a couple things to keep in mind. I'm going to be using my chair from the side. You're welcome to mirror what I'm doing. Otherwise, you're also welcome to keep the chair right in front of you. It's whatever you prefer. It's easier for you to see my body when I face you in this way. So just keep that in mind, okay? So we'll start by creating that net of support on this side with the chair. So we'll ground into our right foot, knee is slightly bent here. And then we're going to bring our left foot up onto the ball. We're then going to bring the heel to the top of the ankle and turn our knee open. So welcome into your first version of tree pose. Right hand is on the chair for support. We're long through this leg and this left knee is opening. Now you're welcome to stay here. A couple options is you can bring this foot to the inside of the calf, or the inside of the thigh, so up nice and tall, just not the knee joint. Okay, so either below or above. We don't want to push that knee joint laterally and cause it any undue stress. Okay, so finding your position here, that left knee is pointing open out to the left, and it's as if we're trying to point our hip bone straight forward, using the chair for support if you'd like. We're going to inhale, sweep that left arm up overhead, reach toward the sky. Now, if this bothers the shoulder at all, hand can also be on the heart or on the hip, or you can have it over the heart center if you'd like. This is a great way to tune into the breath and ground down. Now, if you'd like, you can play with your balance here. Maybe your hand hovers over the chair. Maybe it's able to raise up with both branches and it's just there for some extra support, right? Notice what feels right for you. There's not a wrong answer. Woo! See, I teach yoga and I get wobbly too. So notice if there's a strong breeze in your space here today. Find that position and let's take a couple deep breaths here. Good. One more inhale. Exhale, release hand and leg down. Nice job. Shake out that right leg for just a moment here. Maybe roll the ankle in one direction and then the other. Good. And then go ahead, ground into that right foot, holding on to the chair again. We're going to go ahead and bend the left knee, reach around and grab that foot with the hand here. So from the side, this is what it looks like. Okay. Now, if you have a strap or a hand towel, that can be helpful to wrap around the foot so you can grasp it. And then as we stand here, we're pressing the left knee down toward the floor. So we're feeling that nice pull through the quad space here. We're lifting through the torso, core is engaged. So while we may feel the bulk of the stretch in the quad, we're also getting some nice opening through our hip flexors. And if you sit a lot, if you work at a desk or just happen to sit a lot in your daily life, this is a great stretch. It kind of helps open up the front side of the body. So using your chair for support as you need. Let's take a nice deep inhale. Nice deep exhale. One more inhale. And then exhale, release that leg down. Good. Shake out that left leg as you need, shake out the right, and then we will switch sides. So I'm going to move my chair to the other side so we can continue to see one another. So this time we're grounding down onto that left side chair, creating that net of support on this side here. So knee is just slightly bent. We feel all four corners of the feet grounding into the mat. Bring the right foot onto the ball and bring the heel over the ankle. Knee is open. Welcome into your first version of tree. Again, you're welcome to stay here. The next option is to bring that foot to the inside of the calf or perhaps to the inside of the thigh, just not on the knee. Again, we don't want that lateral pressure here, okay? Right knee is opening, hips are pointing forward as if they're headlights on a car going straight ahead here. Now, you're welcome to stay here. Right arm can reach up toward the sky if you'd like. You can have it on the hip if that's better for the shoulder, or even a hand over the heart space. Again, this is a great way to tune into your breath. If you want to practice with your balance, again, maybe the hand just hovers over the chair for support. Maybe you're able to get it over the heart center. Maybe you grow those branches of the tree, or the hands can also be on the hip. This is great too. So notice what feels right for you. This is your tree pose. And let's take a couple deep breaths here together. Good. Nice deep inhale. Go ahead, release arm and leg down to the mat. Shake out that left leg as you need. Maybe roll that ankle in one direction and then the other. Just opening up that heel, opening up that ankle. Good. And then we'll come right back onto that left foot here, finding that nice little bounce in the left leg. And then we'll reach around, bend the right knee, grab the right foot. So again, you may need to use a prop like a strap or a towel, whatever you may have, an old tie also works great. Left hand is down on the chair for support. And as we come into this, we're pressing the right knee. Whoop, I almost lost my balance. Pressing the right knee down toward the floor. So we feel that beautiful pull through the front side of that leg into this right hip flexor space. We're long through the spine, really reaching up with the torso and the crown of the head. So we're really opening up this front side of the body. I know this posture is essentially like seventh grade track, right? But it still is a great posture. It's one that really can help you get into that quad muscle and into the front side of the body, especially if you have more limited mobility or chair yoga is where you're at here today. Nothing wrong with that. It's all about finding what our bodies can do and working from there. So let's take a couple deep breaths here together. Good. Inhale, gently release that leg. Go ahead and shake out that right leg as you need. Shake out the left as you need. Great work. And then I'm going to go ahead, bring my chair back into center here, and we're going to get ready for the final part of practice. So coming to the edge of your chair here, let's go ahead and just windshield wipe those knees back and forth just for a little release. This is getting into the hips, into the hip flexors, the low back here, just a little bit of release for all that movement and stretching that we just did, all of that balance work that we just did. So great work. And then when you're ready, coming into stillness. Now, you are welcome to lay down on your floor or find a more comfortable position if you'd like for final relaxation. This is your practice, so I invite you to do that. If you're going to remain in the chair, you're welcome to lean back into it and make it a little bit more comfortable for you. So make your way into that posture and start to tune in and find that most comfortable spot for you here today. If you'd like, you can close the eyes and then start to tune into the breath again. Begin to notice how fast or slow it is, how deep or shallow. Notice the quality of each breath on the inhales, the quality of each breath on the exhales. Feel that gentle rise and fall of the belly, the gentle rise and fall of the chest. Noticing that felt sense of the air once again as it moves in and out of your nose and your throat. And if your mind gets caught up once again in what's next, thoughts, sensations, it's okay. Celebrate the fact that you've even noticed you've gone away and then come back to focusing on the breath. Come back to focusing on your inhales and your exhales. Now, if it's right for you, perhaps reincorporating that mantra that we use at the beginning of practice to help you stay grounded and focused on the breath. Inhale, I can respond. Exhale to anything. Inhale, I can respond. Exhale to anything. Remaining here with your breath in whatever way best supports you for just a few more moments today. I'm going to get quiet for this final part of practice so you can have it to yourself. Please know that I'm watching the time and I respect yours, and I will be sure to let you out of this posture before the end of practice. So lean back, let go, and just rest right here. We need to realize that the conditions that help to restore necessary balance come from inside of us, from our own mindfulness, our own level of awareness. Bringing your awareness back to this space, taking a deep inhale through the nose, filling your belly, lungs, and chest with air. Before slowly exhaling that breath back out. Taking another deep inhale as you begin to wiggle the fingers and toes, move the arms and legs, gently waking your body up. When it feels right for you, coming back into that alert state of a seated posture and bringing to mind your intention or your purpose that you set at the beginning of your practice that answered the question, why did I get on my mat? Take a nice deep inhale as you feel that intention with your heart and mind. And then exhale the breath out, set the intention off to the side, knowing we'll return to it toward the end, or knowing you can always return to it throughout your day. All right, coming back into that comfortable seat, we're going to go ahead and inhale, draw the shoulders forward and up, and then exhale them back and down as we close out our practice together. Hands come into the lap, palms up or down. You can also have them on the knees or at heart center if you'd like. And you're welcome to close the eyes if that feels comfortable for you. We take a moment to express gratitude for yet another lovely day here on earth and for our bodies that allow us to do so many things, including yoga. Thank you all so much for allowing me to guide you through this practice today. It was a joy and an honor, and I hope to be able to do so again in the future. The light in me, it sees the light in you. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me for this chair yoga practice for Yoga for Caregivers. Again, my name is Alexis Miller. I'm here every week, primarily on Wednesdays at 9 a.m. Eastern, but you'll also see me popping on for some of these chair yoga practices throughout the week. So make sure to like and subscribe on our YouTube channel so you can make sure you're staying up to date with all of the offerings from volunteers like myself. Don't forget to follow Yoga for Caregivers on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram. It's a great place to stay up to date with everything that we've got going on. So thank you so much for joining me. I hope that you have an amazing rest of your week, and I look forward to seeing you in a future practice. Bye.